everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori Brame. Thank you for being here. So today I'm going to talk about Wellbutrin. I am on it the second time. The first time I was on it, it was for depression. I really do think it solved my depression. I mean, I did have a lot of life changes, which I'm sure contributed, and I was in therapy for a while. I'm actually still in therapy. My therapist is awesome. But this time I am on it for ADHD. So, I've been on it for almost a month now. I'm like 7 weeks in, and I just wanted to talk about how that's going. When I did get back on it, I went on 150 milligrams. When I was taking it for depression, I was on it with 300 milligrams. So now that I'm a month and some change into it, I'm basically 2 months into it. It's just like 7 days shy. But now that I'm been on it for a while, I really don't feel any different as far as side effects. When I was first getting on it, I probably had 2 weeks where I was a mess. Like, I was crying all the time. Everything was a big deal. My anxiety was through the roof, which actually really surprised me because I was on it for so long before. I was on it for 14 months before, and then I got off of it for about 6 months just because my depression was cured. I really didn't feel like I needed it anymore. And then I just had so many ADHD symptoms that were coming up. Like, the majority of my day was looking for whatever I just had in my hand. So it was really, really stressful. And I talked to my doctor about it, and she was like, just get back on Wellbutrin, just, the lowest dose, 150, get back on it. And so I did. So when I did get back on it, just weepy. I was downright weepy and anxious, and everything was a big deal, and like all this stuff. So that lasted about 2 weeks, and then I really hit like a good point where I was like, okay, I'm a lot more focused. I feel like I'm enjoying things more. I feel like I can actually wrap my mind around things, which is what I was having a hard time with before. I am like, when I am unmedicated and my ADHD is really bad, I am the queen of zoning out. Like, it's really bad because at work, a lot of my job is paying attention to people. And if my boss was talking to me, or somebody was talking to me, or I was in a meeting, or even in a training where I really have to retain this information, it was like, if I was paying attention for more than 30 seconds, I would realize I was like thinking about something else at the same time. So it was like every single minute I had to rein myself back in and reconcentrate. And it was exhausting. Like, it was so exhausting just day to day. Being back on the 150 milligrams of Wellbutrin is very helpful. I don't think I need to increase at this point. My doctor did say that that's something we could do. The thing that I don't like about Wellbutrin is that, yes, it makes me more focused, but I get almost hyper-focused, where it's really hard for me to put my phone down, where I will doom scroll way too long. It's really hard for me to kind of have an off switch. Like, I'm already, ADD, and I like to do a lot of things, and everything's kind of chaotic, but I tend to burn out at the end of the day instead of like calmly choose to go to bed. And I don't know if that's just a personality thing, so if that's me and that's just how I'm going to be forever, it's how I always was. But if I don't have natural breaks in the day where either I have to drive home from work, or I have to put my kid down for bed or something like that, then I tend to just go until I crash. Yesterday, here's an example. My boyfriend had to work all day, and it was a weekend for me, so I was home alone, and my ex has my kid, and so it was just me, home alone all day. And I did so much stuff. Like, I reorganized my closet, I took stuff to Goodwill, I did some cooking, I did all the dishes and cleaned absolutely everything. I wrapped some Christmas presents for the kids. Y'all, it's September. It is early September. And it was about 4 p.m. that I had been up since 5. It was about 4 p.m. that I had to lay down because my back was hurting so hard, because I had just been nonstop, like all day long. And so that is the one thing that when I'm not on Wellbutrin, I don't really have, like I am unfortunately a lot less motivated, but I don't have that like hyper drive where I'm just like super focused and motivated and all this stuff. So that's something that I need to get a handle on, and I probably can, and I don't think it's the medication's fault, but it is like something that I have to take into account. So when I was on 300 milligrams, that was even worse. It was just like I would, I was like the Energizer Bunny. Like I would just keep going. Well, I was the Energizer Bunny with like Amazon batteries in it. So I would like burn out at the end of every day. So yeah, there's that. But I do think it's effective. Like it is really helping my ADHD. So when I got diagnosed, it was just ADD. They were like, you don't have the hyperactivity part of it. Now everything is under the umbrella of ADHD, so I have to add that H in there. So anyway, that's all I got. I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys are on medication, let me know about it. If you are on this for ADHD, I'm very curious about how it's going. And if you guys have experienced that same like hyper focus and then burnout at the end of the day, also let me know, because that's interesting to me and I like to know I'm not alone. So you guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.